Yeah, let's move on to Harry Kane because he is set to have showdown talks with Nuno Santo today. Nuno made it very clear it's going to be a social distanced meeting.
Did he?
Yeah, he made it very clear because Harry Kane is going through an isolation period at the moment.
Don't want Nuno isolating for our first game of the season.
Yeah, at Spurs Lodge. What do you think is going to come out of this meeting today?
Yeah, I mean, clearly Kane's going to make it clear, I reckon, that he would much prefer a move to Man City. I think that's definitely the first thing on the order. The only question is whether Nuno can get out of him, whether if he does stay, he's going to be fully committed and going to try his absolute hardest for the team. I think that's the main thing. There are reports saying if Kane makes it clear that he doesn't want to have a future at all at Tottenham, then Nuno will push for the move. That's what the reports are saying. And if Nuno pushes for the move, because Kane extremely wants out, does that force Levy's hand even more? Potentially. If you've got a manager saying, look, it's best to sell him, does that force Levy's hand?
I still think Daniel Levy won't budge on his price. I genuinely believe that. I don't think Daniel Levy's budging on his price for anyone this summer. He knows he can get 150, 160 million. I don't think there's any way he's taking a penny less than maybe 140 or something. Maybe 130 minimum. Max or minimum? Max.
Minimum, you mean?
Minimum.
130 minimum.
Yeah, minimum.
Yeah. But apparently City are prepared to pay 130.
I mean, I think he only goes to that price if Nuno makes it clear that Harry Kane's not going to play for him this season.
Yeah.
But I don't think Harry Kane will make that clear.
You think he'll? What do you think? What do you think he's?
I don't think Harry Kane will go to Nuno, like what he said in his statement. Like he wants to make out like he's a Tottenham boy and he won't skip training. What do you think? Do you think he skipped training or not?
God knows. I mean, he wasn't at training.
Yeah, was he actually due back though?
I don't know. I don't know whether I can't decide whether this is of a way of whether the whole. I can't decide whether the whole him skipping training and stuff, whether Tottenham made a stink out of it, so that when they do sell Kane, maybe it's a lot more palatable for the fans, or whether Kane is lying in a statement on Friday to try and get the fans on side in case he stays. I can't decide which one is true. I think it's one of those two. It has to be, because either Kane's lying or the club's lying. It's one of the two.
At the end of the day, Harry Kane did not write that statement, did he?
Well, we know that, but he obviously agreed to it.
Yeah.
He's not going to let any statement go out in his name without him knowing exactly what's being said.
Yeah, but there's two ways you can look at it. There's one way, like Harry Kane, reads a statement and says, yes, okay, that's okay to go out. Or the people around him, his advisors, are advising him what to say and kind of not putting words in his mouth. Well, yeah, putting words in his mouth, but kind of convincing him what to put out there to get the fans on side, kind of thing.
I think that's unlikely.
I mean, anything's likely at this stage.
I don't think Kane would have agreed to anything he didn't want to be said. So I think Kane has given his seal of approval for any statement that's been made. I think that. So I don't think we can look at that statement and say that's not Kane. I think that is Kane. That is what he said. It could be Kane,
just Charlie Kane.
No, I think it's Harry Kane. I do think that. I don't think it's a possibility Kane agrees to that, which he didn't want to be said. It's some people said it's telling that none of the first team players liked his post. Apparently, I don't know. I haven't seen that for myself.
Yeah, I saw youth players liked it, and the players that had left had liked it. Joe Hart and who else?
Lamella. I think Lamella commented on it. I mean, it's hard to know. It really is difficult to know what is true. Apparently, I've heard a rumor that he asked the club that if he could have an extended break. They said no, and he took it anyway. That's what one rumor I've heard as well. Mm-hmm. I don't know whether that's true. The thing is, we just don't know the specifics, and the specifics are quite important because for a player like Harry Kane, such a good professional, to miss training is a big deal. It is a big deal. So we want to know if it was planned, if with what he agreed with the club when he was coming back.
Tottenham have said nothing at all.
They haven't said anything about the situation. There's rumours that from Dan Kilpatrick and whatnot saying that Tottenham were very, very disappointed and angry about his actions on Monday. But are they pumping out that message to so that it's more palatable to sell him. I don't know. I don't know whether they're pumping out that message for that, or are they? I don't know. It's so difficult.
It's a very hard situation to read. It really is.
We don't know. So we don't know who's mostly in the wrong. At the moment, it does seem like Kane is lying. I'm not going to lie. It does seem like that. That's the most likely scenario. Kane is lying. It's a PR thing to try and get the fans on side in case he stays. And he did miss training to try and force remove, but now he's back, and if the move doesn't go through, he's going to try and come reintegrate into the squad. That's from what we can see, from the information we have, that's the most likely scenario. Is it possible that we are going to sell Kane and Tottenham and Spurs are trying to create a bit of tension between the fans and Kane, just so that when we do sell him, then that all the fans aren't going crazy at Levy because we're selling our best player? Is that possible? Because we've done that before and everyone goes mad at Levy for selling. That's a possibility, but it's more unlikely. So that is probably the Kane thing is probably him being in the wrong. Probably that's what I would have to say.
That's what it seems like. I mean, that's the kind of. I think that's the kind of vibe all the Spurs fans get right now.
It's just you can never trust Levy, can you?
That's the thing.
You can never. He's a PR.
It's so hard to back Levy over Harry Kane, no matter what comes out.
It's so difficult.
Like you can't.
Because you know, first of all, Levy's done this a million times from a PR standpoint, done this kind of stuff. It is nowhere near beyond the realms of possibility that Levy does these PR things to maneuver.
He's a non-stop PR machine, Daniel Levy. Literally non-stop. Anything that comes out is some sort of way to get the upper hand in the PR game. You know what I mean?
That's why you can never rule out that that's a possibility.
Yeah.
You can never. But it's just more unlikely. You have to say that. It is definitely more unlikely. So, but then again, you know, Kane of who he is, like, to have missed training like that and then to lie about it is just strange.
Did Ali Gold say anything about Harry missing training, about the club being upset?
He didn't say anything about the club being upset, but all he said was Tottenham expected him back on Monday and he didn't show. That's what he said. But obviously he gets his info from the club, so he's getting pretty much a line from what the club's... Obviously he's getting what Levy wants him to get, basically, is my point.
But I was hearing... Didn't Alistair Gold say at the time of the... I think I heard... I don't know if I heard something on social media or I heard something from Ali Gold. I can't remember where I heard it from, but there was a case that since Simon Felstein has left Tottenham, Ali Gold was getting a bit less information from the club.
Oh, really?
That's what I've heard.
Well, I know, yeah. So I know Felstein left, a couple months ago now. Maybe that was a thing. Maybe. I've got no idea.
That's what I've heard. And look, I don't know how true that is. I'm just putting out the information that I heard. So I don't know. But it's a very, very confusing situation at the moment. It
was a bizarre statement.
It was.
It was a bizarre statement in the circumstances. Apparently... Who said it? I can't remember what sources. They said Tottenham and some of the first team players apparently were left bemused by Harry Kane's statement.
Yeah. Who was that from?
I can't remember. who it was from. But again, is that the line Tottenham want to give out, or is that the truth? I don't know. It's hard to know in these situations because it's happened. It's not just Tottenham. This has happened. It's happened a million times where a player wants out. And the club manufacture that the player's forcing his way out, just so when they sell him, like the fan base don't turn against the hierarchy. It's happened at a number of other clubs. Spurs wouldn't be the first people to do that.
Yeah.
So it's happened at a number of clubs. So I don't know.
At the end of the day, we're just going to have to wait and see how this one plays out. I mean, we don't have any rock solid information that we can even go on, do we? We got the information that Tottenham are giving out, which out without even speaking themselves. It's just like information behind closed doors, giving out to these different agencies. You know, Dan Kilpatrick, Ali Gold, all these different people. And then you've got Harry Kane with this statement which completely contradicts everything else. So, I mean, it's so impossible to tell. All we have to go on is to see how it plays out over the next couple of weeks, because right now we're just so in the dark and we just don't know anything. We're
in limbo. Hopefully, maybe there's more clarity after these talks to Nuno. That's what I got hope for. According to Evening Standard, City remain convinced that they will sign Harry Kane even if a deal cannot be struck before the start of the season. City refused to enter negotiations for Messi to focus their full attention on a potential 150 million deal for Harry Kane. So they still seem confident, it seems, that a deal for Kane can be struck. As we've said all along, this deal is going to roll on probably till the latter stages of the window. So I wouldn't
the last seconds of the window.
Exactly. I wouldn't get ready for Kane's departure or any statement that he's staying just yet. I think there's a long way to go, and we'll have to see how it plays out over the whole window, because this is going to rumble on. Yeah,
definitely. So that's the Harry Kane situation. He is due to sit down, socially distance, with Nuno today for Showdown talks. We've got a couple of members to welcome today. We've got Daniel Schultz. Welcome to Gold, my friend.
Big up, Daniel. Nice to see you, my friend.
And we had another one as well, but I can't seem to see it. It's gone now. Oh, we've got a super chat here from Vasiv Mamedov. He says, fan from... It's got a country's flag there, but I'm not too sure what country that is. Do you know what country that is? I can't see it.
No, I can't.
Anyway, let us know what country that flag is in the comment section.
Azerbaijan.
Is it Azerbaijan?
Yeah.
Fan from Azerbaijan. Who do you think our new centre-back will be? Well, obviously, we have signed Christian Romero.
Apart from him, I've got a horrible feeling. I've got a horrible feeling we're going to go and not sign another centre-back.
You think so?
Horrible feeling. I've got a feeling we're going to sign Tomiyasu. We're going to sell Aurier. And then we're going to basically justify not signing a centre-back by the fact we've got Tomiyasu in and he can play there. And he can play right back. I've just got this horrible nagging feeling that's going to be the case. And I hope I'm wrong.
I do think we're going to go for one. I mean, it's reported for everyone to see, saying after we signed Romero, the priority was a right back and a centre back. Is that all going to be covered by one player?
No, what I think's going to happen is there's going to be a target. I don't know who it is, but we're going to go. The media are going to play up that we're in advanced talks. We're really close to him. We're negotiating.
Skriniar, won't it?
There's going to be a good centre back, probably a Skriniar or something like that. It's going to be Tottenham are really going hard for this player, and then it'll be deadline day, and it's like Tottenham are going to get him or not, and then we'll end up not getting him, and it's going to be that whole big thing. We tried so hard. We're so close to getting him. What a signing that could have been, and we're going to go in without signing a new centre-back. That's how I just got a feeling. And I feel like Sanchez might stay.
I'm not going to lie.
And I feel like Sanchez will stay. Tottenham. And our four will be Romero, Sanchez, Rodon and Dyer for the season, with Tomiyasu supplementing it.